Hello everyone, we're back on BF6 again today. The new seasonal phase has dropped like a week ago, so I've been playing a lot of that, and I have some things that I want to say about it because I'm hoping that with the right amount of feedback, we can hopefully get a better experience in future seasons. Now, the first thing I want to go over is this sabotage mode. I fucking despise this shit. It is such a terrible experience to be forced to play a mode like this. The issue is this mode features one of the most boring objectives ever, which, as you can see, my teammates are doing right now, which is literally shooting boxes. It is one of the most boring things ever. One, they get destroyed so quickly, so it really doesn't even feel like I'm doing anything half the time. So it feels like games just constantly end up either as a blowout or as a tie because you're gonna get all the objectives regardless. So like, it really just depends on how quickly you can do it. Another thing is the maps. As you can tell, this map is very tiny. And on this mode, you have 2 lanes that you can go down. Not only is it extremely tiny maps, but it forces you into lanes that are so tiny that you can literally fit maybe 2 or 3 people in it. And even when you get past those points, the game mode still doesn't get fun because the objective is boring. There's nothing redeemable about this mode, and I am genuinely sad that I have to play it for challenges, as well as the BR. I don't like the BR. That's why I haven't made a video on it. It really sucks that there are challenges that you cannot reroll that require you to play the BR for a pretty significant amount of time, might I add. Also, I won't lie, my aim is atrocious right now. It is my first game on in like 2 days, simply because I've been playing a lot more Marvel Rivals and other games that I don't want to spoil just yet because I am making content out of them. Needless to say, in terms of aim, I'm not great right now. But yeah, as you can see, we have a minute left and we only have 3 more boxes to destroy. This is normally how it ends up in this mode, is you have the final couple things. Okay, apparently I hit every bar on that railing. But yeah, this is normally how it ends up. You have just slow dwindling time, and realistically, there's nothing they could do to stop you. Now, the much more positive part of the second phase of Season 1 is, of course, the new large-scale map, Eastwood. All right, so now I'm on the map Eastwood, which is the brand new map that came out on the 18th. This map is so good. I really do love the center point, especially on Conquest. Not a huge fan of it on Escalation, simply because of how the match normally plays out. But in general, this map is really, really good. It feels like the PAX Armada side of the map, which is where I'm at right now, doesn't really get as much attention, mainly because G, or I think this is D on Conquest, this area of the map can be completely flattened, basically. It is just completely gone by the end of most matches. So a lot of people don't come over here because there's no cover. F over here is pretty just far out and isolated, and it's very close to the home base of PAX, so a lot of people just don't go there. However, all of these points around this center location are some of the best that this game has to offer, and I genuinely think that it really introduces just a lot of cool fights. My only complaint about it is the fact that although it is very beautiful to fight in such a small area, it is so hard to see people most of the time before you're already being shot at. Especially on the outside, there's just an insane amount of visual clutter. So where if someone's hiding in a bush or in a pile of rubble, if they're not spotted, they're not being seen. Now, obviously, to some extent, that is my fault. I mean, just get better eyes, idiot. To some extent, I also put it on the devs for just how visibility is in Battlefield. I know I talked about this, I think 2 videos ago, but the visibility in this game really is a struggle point. So if they can hammer that out and make it a little easier to see people, then I think that this will be easily one of the best maps in Battlefield history. Another thing that I really am not a huge fan of is this roof specifically. It feels like everybody and their mother wants to control this roof, and I understand why. It is a power point for a reason. You know, there's drop down angles at literally every section of this building. The roof is very strong. It kind of gets to a point where nobody's doing anything but playing for the roof. and I really don't like that. As you can see, I just picked up a Mac pickup, which is these big, you know, heavy weapons that take up your primary slot. You can drop them. I'm pretty sure most people won't once they have them until they die, so, you know, it is what it is. The one I have right now is the minigun. There's also a, like a railgun kind of thing that you charge up. It's sort of like a Spartan laser from Halo. I think that one's cool. The minigun, I'm not a huge fan of. It really doesn't have a lot of control with where you're aiming. The fantasy I have with a minigun is obviously I'm holding down the trigger and I'm just gunning down a wave of people. But this minigun, you can't really do that because it just is so insanely difficult to control. Now, it does a lot of damage, so if you can control it, you'll have a great time. But like I was saying, very difficult to do so. Now, I don't think the railgun is on this map. If it is, I have not personally seen it, despite me playing a bunch of it. But I also could just be very unlucky at not seeing it properly, so who knows? But as far as I'm aware, it's not on this map. I think it is on the oil field map. Hopefully I'll get some footage of that one day, but I try to avoid the oil field map as much as I can right now because compared to this one, it is vastly inferior to play on. Anyways, yeah, I'm getting close to level 100, so that'll be fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please feel free to leave a like on it. If you didn't, tell me what you like to see more of or less of or all that. In the meantime, I'm going to continue grinding this game and other games, so hopefully you guys subscribe to see more content. If you do, make sure you hit the bell icon in the corner so that you can get notified every time I upload. On your screen soon should be a playlist of all my other Battlefield Mastery videos, so feel free to check those out as well. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.